One, two, three.
Yeah. Hi, Layana. Good morning. Can you tell me what are day plans are we discussing today? Day 10 to day 15. Okay. So, what are the learning objectives that you will be covering in these 5 days? Children will learn about what are the animals and the plants living in the two habitats, grassland habitat and ocean habitat. Okay. Can I make a note of it? Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me what in particular about grassland and the ocean habitat they would be learning? Because the children know only the animals live in zoo and forest. They should know about where it will live. So all the animals they should not be in one place. So they should have some special features to live in that place. Okay. Can you tell me day wise what exactly they would be learning? Yes, ma'am. In day 10 the children will learn about the conditions of the grassland habitat. And day 11, the children will learn about how the plants and animals are adapted in that particular place like a grassland habitat. And based on these two concepts in the day 12, children will make a one model like a grassland habitat, making a model of grassland. So at that 12th day, the children will understand, okay, these are the animals they are living in that particular place. And coming to the day, next day, 13th day, we are going to start with the ocean habitat, last habitat in this chapter. So what are the conditions to live in that habitat and what are the animals and the plants living in that habitat. So same like that before how we did like polar habitat model, desert habitat model. Like we have another model ocean habitat. So again they should do the making model of ocean habitat. So how would you introduce the word like habitat or how did you introduce that or how well are the children like with that word and with the complete meaning of it? Because we have completed 10 days of that test unit and right now you are able to kind of assess them like where they are with the help of practice test also. So can you help me or elaborate more on that? Yes, ma'am. If I ask where the animals will live means maximum they will tell zoo or a forest. So they should know if it is a natural home, then we can call it as a habitat. For example, fish is living in the aquarium, we cannot decide that is a habitat. If it is living in the like a ocean or pond, seas, then we can consider it is a habitat. So we can give number of examples and we can ask. Were the children able to pick this up? Yes, yes. So can you tell me how exactly are they well versed with the spellings and all of it? Coming to the vocabulary part. Yes, ma'am. Before starting this concept, one day I used to pronounce these words like habitat and adaptation because the total chapter is based on the habitat and adaptation. If they know what is meant by habitat and adaptation, then only they know about the four habitats. So now can you tell me why exactly children are going to learn this? How are you going to teach them this? Like in the last 5 days, like 10 to 15, you are going to teach them like grassland and ocean habitat, which is like a fair thing. But how do you ensure that and how are you going to tell them that they need to know about this? If they go into any places, they can explain to someone, okay, I know about this animal. Actually, this animal, the natural habitat is the forest. So here we are seeing in a zoo, like that they can explain to other members. Why do you think this is all important for them to understand as a child? Like this is a 4th grade child. For a 4th grade child, may I know why this is important for them to know? If they do the model, then they know where the animals are living, what purpose they are living, what are the special features to live in that particular habitat. So now let us now understand, for example, you said in day 13 lesson 2, they are going to create a habitat. So can you explain the flow of the lesson plan for me? Yes, ma'am. Like the first day should bring some resources, some school will provide, we should ask parents to buy. And we need some things like here I make small habitat, this is a grassland habitat. First we need Dharmakul. Next children they can bring chart paper, brown chart paper. Next toothpicks. Next school is providing like CRP classrooms. So we can provide for each student one. And they can cut these animals and the plants which are living in the habitat and we can stick to it. And the plants which are living in that habitat, here I took, we can take to any plants like acacia tree and baobab tree. Here I took this one. They can make anything, ma'am, like one animal or one plant. So with that, they can understand. Okay, these are living in that place. Okay, so these having the special feature, ma'am. For example, this is the baobab tree. So these are having the thick stem which help to store water. So it can easily survive in that place. So like that, the children will know. Okay, it's having a special feature to live in that particular place.
What if, like, what if child doesn't find a brown paper, or what if some resource is not
Yes,
available? Do we have some alternative for it?
Yes, ma'am. They can use crayons or else watercolors.
Are we providing them to the school if they don't bring it to the class that particular day?
Yes, ma'am. School will provide crayons, ma'am.
Okay. So what exactly is the main purpose behind the activity? And also tell me how many groups are you going to do? And is it a group activity or an individual activity? Can you throw some light on it?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, this is a group activity. 3 groups, ma'am. First group will make the base, like the down part they will make, and the second group they will cut the plants what they given in the CRP, and a group 3 they will make the model, like they will use that. This is the plants. For example, group 2 is using the plants. Group 3 they can use the animals card. They can cut it and they can paste it.
Okay, animals card in the sense we are providing an animal card
Yes,
to
ma'am.
children. So we have sufficient animal
If there
cards.
is no sufficient means, I use it to make like a draw, and they can stick and they can bring to school.
So the third thing, the last thing is, what is the assessment for this? What is the end result that we are expecting out of this?
They will learn about food habitats, ma'am. So at the end
Only
of
this particular activity.
particular
What is the
activity,
assessment for this particular activity?
so different animals they will learn, special features they will learn, conditions they will learn, how they are adapting they will learn.
So can you tell me whether what is the role of a teacher over here? Every child is doing some activity or the other. What are you doing and how are you adding value?
For example, if you take acacia tree, they know the tree. So in that place, how like a grassland habitat, we are receiving more rainfall comparing to polar habitat and desert habitat. So it's having a deep roots. So the children should understand, okay, under the soil we have some water. So deep roots absorb the water from the soil. So here the teacher help is very important.
So during the last assessment, like Unit 1 assessment, we observed that children scored, only few children scored very good and few children didn't actually score very good, and the major drawback is they were not able to comprehend and they were not able to answer big questions which are including why part of it. For example, why baobab tree is important, or these questions they are not able to answer, or this might repeat. So how are you going to ensure that even the lower order kid is kind of participating in this activity and being able to understand the whole purpose behind it? How are you doing it?
If they are not able to understand, again I should repeat the concept man more times. Where they are lagging. First I should concentrate on that particular point, then they can do.
So are there any challenges that you will be facing in this process, or is there a support that you want from us?
Oh ma'am, actually the resources only, ma'am. If the parent asks why should this be?
So what is happening in the next day lesson?
Next day ocean habitat, ma'am.
How are we going with it?
Like before what I said, like making a model of ocean, grassland habitat. Same in the last day also we are going to make one ocean habitat. For that we need some resources for ocean bird we can use rubber, ma'am. So again we should use the sand on it. Next we should use this one, like the animals which are living in ocean habitat and the plants. Like scissors, toothpicks, gum, these are all the things we need to make the model of that ocean habitat.
So these you are going to provide them as a evidence, or how are you going to use this CRP?
Yeah, actually in the last 2 habitats what I said means they should know that animal. I said like I gave homework, man. For example, draw the 4 animals which are living in desert habitat. You can cut it and paste to this toothpicks and you can bring for making a model of habitat. Like that they can do if it is not sufficient.
For example, they're doing a lot of activity in the class. There's so much happening in the class everywhere, and everybody is cutting and all. So I can see that you are using scissors in the class, right? How are you ensuring safety measures in the classroom?
If they are unable to, then I used to do that one.
If they are you following any safety procedure for this? Like how should they be using scissor and what they should be
So
doing?
while they are cutting, I will be there only, ma'am.
So I would want you to just tell them how exactly they handle scissor. Like sharp corners should not be touched or they should not put hands. So I want you to add these instructions or even having a chart paper in the class would help.
Okay.
The next thing I would want to ask is how are you controlling the behavior in the classroom?
So behavior means first I will use like 1 2 eyes on you, like attention grabbers I will use. Ma'am. So while using that I will stop the video and I will stop the lesson. When they are quiet, then I will start the lesson.
For this particular activity, when we are actually making a model, like 2-3 days, it's a model, right? It's 10 to 15, all the 2-3 days, we are doing some model itself, grassland model or ocean model. Now tell me, how are you managing behavior when they are doing these models?
Actually, they will make some sounds and so
What are
I
you
should
doing with those kids
Yes,
when
ma'am.
they distract you?
So first I will tell do the only the group 1 members, ma'am. Like a base they should do. If it is completed, then only the group 2 and group 3 they can conclude.
Okay. We're going to number the
Yes,
groups.
ma'am. 1 2 3.
So can you demonstrate that for me once? Imagine there's an imaginary classroom and can you demonstrate that?
Okay, ma'am. For example, 5 members are there, ma'am. So I said to bring those resources which they are brought from the home. First they will make the base. Remaining members they will see what the group is doing. Okay, first group is completed means then they can take this one to the group 2. While group 2 is doing that, group 1 will observe. Similarly, group 3.
So what if they're not doing that? Are there any routines that you're going to use?
Yes, ma'am. Like popcorn strategy. Next,
Can you explain on this popcorn strategy?
like one student is reading the paragraph. The next student should
I
know.
meant in this particular activity, for example, 4 children are there.
Okay.
I am the 4th kid whose turn is at the last. You are the first child who's actually hands-on activity and you are doing the base. I should stay quiet until 3 children completed. So why will I stay quiet and how are you ensuring that each and every group, each and every child is actually staying quiet? How are you ensuring this?
If that student is quiet, then only he will know what the other members are doing. Otherwise, he can't know. Like we are in 3rd step or 4th step. If he is quiet, then he know. Okay, now I should do with the 4th step.
What if I'm not? What are you going to do with the distracted children that I'm
Okay, I will tell. Okay, you should not do like that. If you distract the class, we are not going to make the activity. If you are silent, then only we can complete that activity. I use it to.
Are there any other strategies in our class that you are following for this? So please incorporate something like give them something called you can actually give them a star if they're kind of very quiet.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Actually, in the result habitat I gave stars after completion of the project. Those who done 7 stars from 7 class, 4 sections. Each section 7 members got 7 stars.
So at a particular point, you're saying, according to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, at a particular point in each group you have 3 to 4 kids who are actually not doing anything and they're completely not in the particular task. Do we have some children like that?
No, no. If we have, I used to treat that children in 1 month.
Okay. What are, say for example, first child is doing, the second child is doing the cutting task. What is the third one doing?
So he can make a grass
He's making. Fourth one, they're waiting for their turn.
turn.
Okay. So in this particular lesson or in this particular process, can you ask the 4th child to open the textbook and start reading? Or just make a note of like hard words or something? Can we do something like that? Or
Yes,
is it advisable?
Yes, ma'am. That is also useful for them.
Please ensure they're doing. And the last thing that I wanted to ask, see, maybe in the lead lesson plan, they might have asked to make this model. And this is kind of like we don't have any name on it.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you kind of incorporating any name or improvising
ma'am.
it? So what all names are you actually labeling this?
Actually, what are the animals? That names we will write here. Like we can use like cups. Next year I will write that name of that habitat. Just normally I will name this one.
The next one. Can you tell me what is the end result of these 5 days, or after the 5 days, like it's a next week's scenario, what if some children don't understand and they're struggling? Do we have any remediation for them this week?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Like after completion of this habitat, again I will take on remedial classes. The person who are lagging in that particular topic, again I should explain. Then the remaining children members, they can concentrate, that is a recap for them. For them, that is a recap. For the students, those who are lagging, they will understand.
So during the last KURPC, the thing that I've seen is you are actually kind of reading. During the reading part, I've given some feedback. Have you worked on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me how exactly will you go about it?
In class, ma'am. Okay, actually, first I used to ice cream sticks, ma'am. So I start with the ice cream stick. The children will stand and start reading that lesson. After the completion of the point, I will explain. And next, I will take another ice cream stick. Another member will read that one. Again, I will use it to complete that sentence, like explanation I will give, ma'am. So if we do like that, the children can know how to read the words. If they are unable to read, I used to make the words, underline the words. If they are not underlining the words, when I am giving the homework, they know, okay, I should underline this word, otherwise madam will scold me. Like that they can do.
So there's this last question that I have. Like there's so many animals that you're preparing. There are like special cards like this.
Yes,
And in this CRP itself, there are two different categories.
Yes, ma'am.
So like a cheetah or a turtle can be exchanged.
Yes, ma'am.
Or a cheetah kind of whale or anything can be exchanged. So as a child, for me, these are animals. So how are you going to differentiate these for children?
For example, ma'am, here we can take in ocean angelfish we can take. It's having a special features like it's having their fins to move and it's having their gills to breathe. But coming to the giraffe, it's having the nose. So special organs it's having. So based on that organ, they can live in that particular place.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, any more questions that you have from our end or any support that you require from school?
Actually, in that tab they given three groups set, ma'am. So in the desert habitat, I used to make the students to do individual activity. Then they can know and they can take those projects. Still not completed, ma'am.
No, how are you planning?
Similarly, like that only
Individual you want to do.
That is best, I think, ma'am. If it is individual, then they are paying more attention. Then they can take that activity to home.
At least try doing pair activities so that even peer level is encouraged.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I had questions. Let's go.